Yeah, g'day everyone. How are we? And good afternoon to you all. Tuesday afternoon. The 2nd of August 2022 is a beautiful sunny day today. Be lovely weather in Sydney. It was a beautiful day. Probably first time in God 3 months that we've had a decent sunny day in August, which is such a blessing. My beanie sitting right. It was such a blessing. God damn it, this freaking beanie. Yeah, it's just such a blessing to be able to, just get shit done, despite all this inflation problem that we've had today and waking up and all this John Barilaro issues going on in federal politics and in the world right now. But I don't know, last night I did the music show, which was pretty great. Went for probably the longest one I've done. Don't forget, guys, the music show is available on my YouTube channel. That's a live stream that I am doing. So if you have any music questions, feel free to send me them in and I will happily answer them for you on the music show. But no, it's like I'm just to the point where I'm fed up of all these union strikes on the train going on, for the train. Transport Sydney trains and their union strikes, and oh my god, commuters are having a hard time coming home. Low, why is this such a hard time just to come home on the train? That as I do this show for you right now, and you find, well, the issues that we are having with the train and the Sydney trains, because apparently, Dominic Perrottet says it's the labour union stuffing it up, or one's blaming each other, but if it's to do with pay rise, well, someone's got to answer the questions as well about pay rise and the labour union. I don't know. There's something dodgy's going on there, because it's been happening quite a few times this year, these strikes with Transport Sydney trains. Basically, the way it's impacting commuters, well, it's like, well, we've got to work from home and find that, well, what's a solution? What is another solution? Working from home. Can't keep going on strike all the time because of the, a union thing to do with pay and all these disputes, which is just, people have got to commute to work. That's people's lives. Commuting to work, wearing your mask on the train because of COVID-19. New South Wales government's been whinging for the last 2 years or 3 years now. You've got to wear your mask on the train, and yet there's not enough train services. Like, it's happened to me a few times. I was travelling up to Pinball a few years ago. It was a 2-hour commute, and then I find out, we're going to our weekend timetable. I was pissed off. Of course you'd be pissed. They don't even tell you that stuff because of disruptions on the railway network. Oh, God, I don't know what the hell we're going on about. I really don't know. That I just find that what can we do? What can we do next, It's weird, isn't it? You're paying a commuter fare and yet you're getting a strike. What can I say? It's like the airport too, like, especially Virgin Airlines. I remember I went to Darwin about, it was 2000, I think, when was it? It was, 2019, at the beginning of 2019, after my top deck tour to New Zealand. Anyway, coming back home with Virgin Airlines, I went to check in, to go home, and they say, "Oh, the flight's cancelled." Didn't even tell me anything, didn't send an email, didn't let me know. I didn't well, thank God I didn't, it was all sorted out and covered for me, but, it goes to show same things happening with the airline companies, basically, mucking around with people, and they do this on purpose because, "Oh, we don't have enough staff to cover the shift or enough, pilots to take over," or they have a dodgy subcontractor from Qantas who just puts a dent into the plane and then, you know, makes life hell for commuters who need to go home, and people are paying big money for these airfares. Like I said, my friend Sean Samut, who's gone to Malta, just for one seat in economy with Emirates costed him about $3,000 a seat. And he's going with his family. That's a lot of oh my god, that's a lot of money. But there's talks about in the future, Air New Zealand could add like little sleeping pods in economy class. Oh, thank God for that. That'd be good. That would really be good for once. But no, the cost of living pressures on people has gotten very hard and to the point, and you think, well, the Chinese government is making issues against ScoMo, this whole, I don't know, could be an invasion. Kamala Harris is complaining about an invasion from Taiwan. The CIA is just terminated a Al-Qaeda leader with a drone. I was reading that in news.com.au today. I mean, a lot of shit's happening in the world. I did an episode, The Whole World Has Gone to Shit, part 2. That'll be up this Friday. Definitely check that out. There's a part 1 as well if you missed out on part 1. So definitely get onto that. Live streaming the show on Twitch via Streamlabs. I'm on here with Streamyard, great sponsors of the Stephen Shields radio show, which is fantastic. And it's really great, to get on here and share my true opinions to the whole world for you. Live streaming today on Facebook, on my Facebook page as well. Don't forget to follow my Facebook page and stay up to date with all my work that I am doing, and that's what I am. Just keep on going. I really enjoyed the Stephen Shields radio show as well. The podcast is available on Audible, so don't forget to give a 5-star review on Audible Australia, and basically think about, and also too, listener feedback is very important on how I can improve the podcast as well going forward. And really enjoying the live streaming aspect in what I'm doing at the moment, to be able to give you a show on this Tuesday late afternoon. It's about 5:20 p.m. But man, the weather was just great today, guys. Had a beautiful sunny day. We need more of those sunny days. I'm fed up with all this rain and mud and so much rain we've had. You can't even wash the clothes. But at least I got my washing done. Beautiful sunny day. You get that vitamin D on you, man. It's energy. You need that energy for your mind, body, and soul. As I'm broadcasting to you as well. ADH TV's been really great with Alan Jones and Fred Paul. Two very good broadcasters who say it as it is. None of this stuffing around that we see from the left going on. So Albo's got to crack down on the cost of living pressures and make it easy for hardworking citizens to be able to get themselves, heard, and to be able to make it cheaper and easier to buy food and groceries, because sadly, share prices are falling down, stock prices are going down as well, and the cost of living is rising. Yeah, so there's some tips I wanted to give you for inflation, and living with inflation and living with the increase of the cost of living in this island nation as well. A couple of things you can do is cut back on streaming services like Spotify and Netflix and Disney Plus, which really, in reality, I can live without that. You think it's just another bill at the end of the month that goes on top of your phone bill. You need a phone, of course. You need food, water, electricity, and gas is more important. But you can cut back on things like Uber Eats. Yeah, definitely you can do that, because Uber Eats, obviously you got to pay for the delivery fee as well. You can also look at ways of, budgeting. Instead of going out for takeaway every day, we'll cut back to takeaway one day a week. I've noticed a lot of takeaway shops have had to put their food prices up because of supply and demand. You noticed if you want almond milk, they charge you extra for it because they say, oh, well, it's more expensive. Okay. So I just go to like a Coles or a Woolworths garage and just make a coffee for $1 or $2, which is, well, cheaper and quicker. So those are the things. I remember going to Rashay's, and it took them like 10 minutes just to make me a small cappuccino for $2. I was pissed. So I was like, no. There was one store in a local one, and I was like, no, I won't go back there ever again. That. But the cost of living pressures is definitely hitting families hard and making it harder on people, especially pensioners out there. You wonder why the electricity, gas companies, how could someone on a pension or a retired person or someone on the dole be able to deal with and pay extra for the rise in the cost of living with electricity and gas? It's just getting impossible. And even when you don't use the service, they still charge you money, which is ridiculous. These private companies. So Albo needs to crack down on that, the rise of cost of living. He must crack down on the rise of the cost of living. But yeah, that's how it is, and it must stop and get easy for a middle class family, especially who have kids to feed and a family to look after. We've seen the My Aged Care system. The NDIS has been shocking. There's been NDIS fraud. There's been abuse in the aged care homes. These are a government department. Even when the former Prime Minister ScoMo was in power, this was the problem that the nation was facing at the time. So I don't know why a government department like this gets so hard and complicated, and there are people who do work in the government and just want to complicate things than what they are. I think it was very unorganized, but it is true, as Dave Ramsey does say, you can't rely on the government. I'm sorry to say that. You just cannot rely on the government to help you. You look in Sri Lanka, their government doesn't even care about them. What did he do? He's run off to an unknown location. A lot of greed as well. If you look in the Middle East of Saudi Arabia, if you object to them, it's nasty stuff. From World News. Keep up to date on what's going on. But now apparently Joe Biden doesn't have COVID-19 again. He's got negative, so I don't know who's telling the truth. Someone's mucking around here. Someone is just mucking around with it all. You know that. So I don't know what's next for the Biden administration or the world leaders, Jacinda Ardern, always commenting on climate change, and then the left, the Labor government, want to say, oh, it's climate change and LGBTQ communities. I'm over it. I'm to the point, I'm just over it, all the excuses. Hopefully Pauline Hanson's One Nation Party can clean things up, because there's things I'm not happy with the coalition government at the same time. Because it seems to me that, if you object to certain things, you're called a racist. You're labelled as a racist if you don't go with what the left is trying to tell you. And there are people in the coalition who are afraid to stand up because they'll be called a racist. What the hell? Why is all this shaming going on? I certainly question if Peter Dutton can be a good Prime Minister. Look, I like Peter Dutton. I think he's got good morals and values, but I'm questioning if he can lead the country. I thought Scott Morrison was a great Prime Minister, but yeah, he was slow on certain things, same as Gladys Berejiklian. I thought she was a great Premier, but, unfortunately with the corruption with Eddie Obeid, which was quite sad. I don't know what's going on with Dominic Perrottet, to be honest with you. Whether he can do the job. I like Dominic Perrottet. I think he's a great bloke. But all this crap and all this bitching in the Labor and the Liberal Party over text messages, and he said this and she said that. Oh my God, give me a break. Do you think Australian politics is becoming a soap opera, like American politics, all about a popularity contest? Things just want to get political. People, oh my God, I don't know what the hell we've gotten ourselves into in this island nation. Who knows? Who knows? But that's what it is. Oh, you're a racist if you don't go with our views. Why are you being racist? That's what society is pushing these days. You know that. I don't know. I just do not know. Where we are going to end up in the future, it's strange. But hey, something's got to change. Change is good. I do think we need change. But like I said, I'm questioning if Peter Dutton can do it. I don't know what's going on with Anthony Albanese, or pushing multiculturalism and I don't know.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.
Yeah, this is the impact of the world that we're living in today in 2022 as well. But all we can do is just take a day at a time. You know that. Take a day at a time and find your true passion and your true calling in life, and hopefully we can ease the cost of living pressures. Like I said, I can live without cable television and Foxtel, which really don't even care. And because more importantly is having food, water, clothing, and shelter as well, is what I can say. But guys, I'll leave it there. Only a short show tonight. I just want to say thank you to all my awesome listeners. If you'd like to watch the replay, you can. It'll be available on my Facebook page. It'll be up on Spotify, on Videocast as well. So definitely check that out if you'd like. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you can, even give a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcast for the Stephen Shields radio show. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.